My 27m friends are angry that I broke up with my fiancé, 27f, for eating beef. I'm Indian and my fiancé is white. I'm also a Hindu. My fiancé doesn't do well with the Hindu culture. It is not a big deal for me except I have one thing I cannot accept, which is eating beef. It's the place where I draw the line in looking for a partner. Cows are very close to my heart and religion, so it's something I don't tolerate at all. My fiancé knew about this and claimed she had never eaten beef and would never do so. Well, the other day I saw her colleague post a picture of all of them eating steak, including my fiancé. I spoke the colleague one day while dropping her to work and found out that she would eat beef a lot. I confronted her and she broke down. I decided to end things there because clearly we were not a match. We had a few mutual friends who are saying she's sorry and that I went overboard and I was too controlling. They also asked if we were still friends since they ate beef. I tried to explain to them that it was something I only expected of a partner because I would be kissing the mouth. Anyway, they've been showing animosity and I don't know what to do. Too long did not read. My friends are upset I broke up with my fiancé. Well, that's your deal breaker, and she seemed to know it, so you need to live by your standards, and not your friend's standards. So you have an actual beef with your girl eating beef. If it's a big deal to you, then who cares what your friends say? The bigger deal in all of this is she lied, and apparently lied often. So, do what you think is best and focus on what's important to you. You get to have whatever boundaries you want. This one is a tall order. If you want someone whose eating habits align with yours, then date someone who is Hindu, vegetarian, or vegan. Yeah, well, date someone who's Hindu or vegetarian, vegan next time maybe. I think it's strange to try to decide what your partner can eat. I would never be with a person like that. That being said, she agreed to, seemingly sharing this value? But lied about it, so I think breaking up was the best decision to make here. In the future you should look for someone who shares your values, and not someone who you have to force to live by your rules. My husband spends half his time living with another woman. Am I being trusting or naive? I'll try to explain this the best I can because I'm looking for outside perspectives. I've been married to my husband for 5 years. He works at a company that requires him to be away around half the time at their other location. His younger brother lives in the same town as this other location, with a female roommate, his best friend. Previously my husband has been staying in hotels. But his brother got deployed. Since he's still paying rent there anyway and his roommate doesn't like being alone all the time, his brother offered his place up to my husband until he comes back. So now half the time my husband is living with another woman. I know they hang out, this isn't just a cohabitation thing. They play video games together, cook together, etc. I didn't think much of it, but I was explaining it to my sister-in-law, my brother's wife. And she said hands down there's no way she'd be okay with that, and it's a recipe for disaster. Am I being trusting, or naive? Editing in ages. Me 34 female. Husband 37 male. Roommate 28 female. Honestly only you know the answer. If you have anxiety about it, that's perfectly natural. I know I would. Discuss it with your husband and be really honest with yourself about his answers and reactions. I know I can look for reassurance and ignore what is the truth. I think talking and looking for ways to make you more comfortable are key. You know your husband better than your brother's wife does. Actually, it sounds like a good deal. Your husband has company, he doesn't have to live in a hotel. The rent is paid, etc. Don't let other people's insecurities and suspicions become your own unless you see actual evidence to the contrary. Well, he doesn't just work there. He owns the company. But also, why doesn't he oversee one location, and his business associate oversee the other? Seems very disruptive to uproot his life for half the year. That aside, it's all about trust. If you are really concerned, do a surprise visit. You will easily find out what's going on there. Even if you don't catch them in the act. It's pretty easy to read to room. You trust the situation a bit too much. Even as a man reading this, I would have been confronted that issue with partner. I think him staying at his brother actually makes sense money-wise. I've kind of been on the other side of this. At one time I had a male roommate and it always eventually wound up being an issue for anyone I dated. Some of the words used here were often thrown around. Inevitable, recipe for disaster, etc. The problem was the guys I was dating, not my living situation. Only OP can determine the level of trust that should be given in this situation. To me, when people start talking about how inevitable it is that something inappropriate will happen, it's far more telling about them and their mindset, in this case the SIL. Not all of us are raging balls of hormones incapable of fidelity or being around any one of the genders we're attracted to without getting involved in some way. My girlfriend told another guy that I was stalking her. My girlfriend, 21, and I, 24, have been with each other for about 5 months. Everything was going well until the story I am about to talk about here happened. Now, I seriously think it's a dead relationship. The other day I was home chilling and my girlfriend asked me if I wanted to meet up at the house of a friend of hers whose kids she was babysitting for the afternoon. I told her yes, but I needed to shower first before I could meet her. About 20 minutes later, I am ready to go and I asked her where she was. No response. I waited about 15 minutes and called, but I went straight to voicemail. I waited another 30 minutes and called again. I went again to voicemail. I assume her phone was dead and decided to walk to her friend's house since they live literally a couple blocks away. When I got there, I saw her standing outside talking to a dude. Once she saw me, she rushed towards me and started apologizing for not responding. Then she went back to the guy and told him something that I didn't hear and gave him a hug. He left and she came back to me. I soon realized that the guy is someone she had told me about when we first started dating. She had told me that the guy was asking her out, but he had a girlfriend and his girlfriend was being mean to her when she didn't even do anything wrong. After the guy left, she told me that he stopped by because he was in the area and he wanted to come say hello. Then she asked me a weird question. She asked me if I thought he liked her. I told her I don't understand why she is asking me this, since it seems like she is asking me to validate his feelings to her. Evan thought that was a weird situation. I thought that was the end of it. But I was wrong. A couple days later, she stayed over at my place. In the middle of the night while she was sleeping, her phone keeps ringing. She was receiving messages from the guy. Since she has given me her passcode before, I decided to see what's going on. I started reading their messages. At first there was nothing wrong. Just two friends chatting about random things, albeit in a flirty manner at times. But when I started reading their convo from the day I saw them together, I was shocked. The guy asked her who I was. She told him that I was a stalker guy that's been bothering her to hang out. A stalker? The guy apparently believed her and told her if she needed any help, protection, to just let him know. This is not only a disrespectful thing to do on her part, but it's also dangerous for me. Now I have guy out there thinking that he needs to protect some helpless girl from a stalker. What I don't understand though, if I was stalking her, why did she come with me when I saw them together? Lol. I haven't told her yet that I know what she told the guy. She will be claiming that I violated her privacy and stuff. But I am seriously thinking of breaking up. I wouldn't even give her a conversation. She lied about your relationship to this guy for a reason. Break up with her. Sounds like she is a bit of drama queen and psycho. Block her, run away. Sounds like she has feelings for that guy. Leave her before she causes unnecessary drama for you. Break up. For your safety if nothing else. The second he decides to harass you, send him the current screenshots of every conversation you and your girlfriend currently have, aka take screenshots now. This proves your innocence. Better yet, send the screenshots to his girlfriend and tell her to look through her man's phone. Secondly, make sure your shared friends are aware of the whole situation when you break up. Then they can see everything unbiased when she inevitably tries to play the victim in the scenario. And I mean as soon as you break up. Then and only then, if she apologizes, get back together potentially, but make 100% sure that is what you want. If it's not, wash your hands of the situation and go out with your friends. She told him that I was a stalker guy that's been bothering her to hang out. Imagine when she accuses you of raping. Oh boy, you should run far away from her before it's too late. She is prioritizing this other guy over you by diminishing your relationship to appear to be available to him. If she thinks you're a stalker, maybe you should prove her wrong and completely ghost her? Girl I'm with refuses to say I'm her boyfriend, she's my girlfriend. So I, M18, have been seeing this girl, F18, for about 4 months now. It's been going great, we go out around once a week. It's hard to see more between us working and me at uni, and each time is great. The only problem is that she doesn't want to be my girlfriend and tells people we're not a couple. I've asked several times and each time is met with, I'm not ready for a boyfriend, which I'm totally cool with and happy to wait. But we've done other stuff like we've said we love each other and I was her first and whatnot. It makes me wonder why she's okay with that stuff but refuses to put labels on our relationship. Thanks in advance. Honestly, it sounds like she wants to keep her options open and or might be seeing someone else on the side. After 4 months and saying, "I love you," I would have strong suspicions about exclusivity from her side. Did you have a talk about being exclusive? Ask her why. As a girl, I would say that she's not sure about you. Trust me, when we want someone, we do everything in our power to catch them at the first occasion. Big red flag bro, BIIG. Different things may apply. Maybe she's truly in love with you, and just hates labels. Maybe she enjoys your company, but doesn't want to commit yet, in which case you should watch out and not get too attached. Be understanding and don't get your expectations too high. And most importantly, don't rush it. When someone is not ready, pushing it will only result in her leaving you completely. Have patience. Maybe ask her if she thinks she's be ready to call you a partner in the near future or if she wants to take a break from a committed relationship for a longer time. Depending on the answer, you decide if you would like to continue what you two have. Hello there. If she says she's not your girlfriend, then treat her like she's not your girlfriend. And what I mean by that is, get another girl who can be your girlfriend. You don't wait for this current girl to decide for you. It's your life. If you wait around, then she'll never respect you.